What is going on, guys? It's K-Field here, bringing you some more F1 2012 action, and we are at Singapore for the Singapore Grand Prix, of course. And we're at this lovely street circuit under the lights on the marina. Couldn't ask for a better venue and a better race, and I'm really excited about it. Although this track is probably my worst enemy. I'm decent at this track, but it's claimed a lot of my front wings due to how the corners are here. And I think it's less forgiving than even Monaco, in my own opinion. But I still love it. I still love this race. Starting fourth on the grid, and we're going to go with a normal fuel strategy, stopping at lap 5 to get our prime tires. And we are going to, this is the setup I'm running with. And it seems to work pretty well, except the back end can get a little bit loose if you take it wrong. And you really got to pay attention to how we drive and try to drive carefully and as fast as we can while being careful. And that's not an easy task. In fact, it's pretty daunting, especially when you have to try to be mindful of the cars behind you, but at the same time the walls in front of you and keeping away from them. But we are starting in front of our rival, who is Kimi Räikkönen for Lotus, and as unfortunate as it is, if I do get that contract, I'll be driving along Rojan, but I will be the #1 driver, I think. Not exactly sure. I can't remember how that works, because Kimi is the #1 driver at present. But if we take his ride, then I don't know if we would take his position in the team either. I'm not sure. But unfortunately, Grosjean just wasn't close enough in the standings in the championship race to make him our rival. That's not how it works. You can only pick two spots above you or 2 spots below you. So I could have went with a Ferrari, a Red Bull, or a Lotus, and I went with the Lotus. But we still might get contracts from people like Mercedes, and I'm going to be looking seriously at any Mercedes offers. And I think we will drive for Red Bull because I'm a big Red Bull fan. Not so much Sebastian Vettel, but I do like Mark Webber, and I like to drink Red Bull a lot. I got a mini addiction for that stuff. It's not even a joke. As I said, we're going to go with a normal fuel strategy, and I think it's time to take the car off the jacks, have Andy wave us out, and fire her up, and get out to the grid and see what we can do. Hopefully everything goes as planned, and we stay out of the wall, but also finish in a good position. I have a feeling on the start here we're going to be able to get the jump on these 2 cars in front of us, because if we get a good start, I have a feeling they're going to take it wide and slow going into this first set of corners. I think we may be able to capitalize on it. Good start. Perez got a bad start, it looks like. Oh, decent one. We're going to hold the inside line because he did go wide, but Hulkenberg is running really fast, and we're going to drive to the low side of the track and accelerate. He's going to carry a lot of momentum. He's going to challenge us on that outside line. But we're going to prevail, taking #1 spot down the first straightaway and opening up quite a gap as we do so. So let's see what happens. I'm going to try to put the most amount of focus on what's in front of me, not behind me, and really rely on the pressure arrows to let me know, or under pressure arrows. I don't want to end up in any of these walls. Not today. Not during this Grand Prix. We need to bring home another strong finish because we're only behind Alonso by 13 points, I believe. And due to his accident he had during practice, I believe he might have even had to swap engines because he's starting way back right now, and he started this race on prime tires, I believe. Starting the race on primes and going to switch to options later on in the final stint to try and battle back, get as many positions as he can, but we have to capitalize on his misfortune, because if we do, we're going to take over #1 spot this weekend in the Drivers' World Championship. I don't know if we're going to hold it, but we got a lot of racetracks coming up that I really like. We're going to come back around now for lap 1, leading the race. Yes, we do. Hulkenberg right behind us in his style of ride. I'm actually kind of scared of him because he's quite fast. Good exit from that corner. Looks like Hamilton's back there as well. That's what I mean. Can't be paying too much attention behind me because I will end up in a wall. Trying to do constant checks. This lap feels fast. Taking that section nice and slow while the tires are not up to full temp. This whole sector's slow, actually. We're pulling away from the rest of the field, actually. That's quite surprising, but we are running very quickly right now. 2.5 seconds into the purple, and I'm not even pushing that hard. But we should drop down to the 148 to 147 margin during race pace with this amount of fuel on board. I think that would be about right. Take it as close to the wall as I can, turn in nice and easy, but at the same time, try to be a little bit aggressive to be able to carry as much speed off the corner. A little double apex left-hander. You don't actually hit the second apex. It's kind of weird. Go back to check our fuel status. Probably afford to run rich for a couple laps here, or at least this lap. DRS from Hulkenberg behind me. Went a little wide there. Got high brake pressure, which I would change for the race, believe it or not. I put it on medium brake pressure. With the qualifying, I really hated it to be high. Set up to work the way I wanted it to. Now I could drive a lot faster in this. And qualifying we ran, I believe, I can't remember, 144, 143, which is pretty quick. Not the fastest, of course. The time trial setup you can get into the 140s. Not in career though. Not that I've found. Not in Force India. That ain't gonna happen. I don't care where you are. Even with assist, it just does not happen. Just trying to keep it off the wall at the present time. And do other real life things around me. Almost lost the car there. Nico's gonna get by, but it's okay. We saved it. Going very slow through this section. I'm going to carry a lot more momentum than him off the corner. And we're side by side going down the front straightaway. Who's going to brake first? It's going to be him. Don't want to get a corner cut. So bring it back on the racetrack. And that's good. We prevented a catastrophe there. Use all my curves. Save it a little bit. Look at them charging back with DRS. Not going to have the time or the racetrack to make the overtake stick. So far, so good. We're not holding the lead comfortably, but got quite a few laps to go here. I think this is about as comfortable as it can get, barring any major incidents. Get a nice run off that corner into the straightaway. a little bit of that curb, kind of straddle it. It's all right to do that in these corners. Feeling the back end really free right now. I'm not exactly sure why. It didn't feel like that earlier in qualifying. Maybe it's because the car's heavier with fuel. Not exactly sure. Alright, we're going to be pitting this lap. And we just opened up a very big gap between me and Nico. Fortunately not Rosberg, but it is Hulkenberg, who I think is a good, solid driver actually. He used to drive for Force India, as a matter of fact. Last season, 2012, I believe this is last season. Just recently switched to Sauber. It's a bit of an upgrade for him as far as car capabilities, but then again, Force India's got some stout in their cars. I would like to see Paul di Resta really start making things happen, because he's got a lot of potential in my eyes to make stuff work for him. So we're going to kick it to standard now, because that's why those cars fell back as much as they did. They were running rich and then had to kick back to conserve fuel, and I believe that's what's happening right now. Just use up all this curves here. Nice long straight to do it on. Straddle the curb again. Bring it right next to the wall before I hop on the brakes. Gonna turn in and spin the car. Can he save it? No. And I'm gonna take part of my front wing off. It's alright, the race is not over yet. Nico's taking the lead now. That's what happens when you get a little bit complacent. And we're into the pits. So we have lost the race lead now, unfortunately, but that's what happens. Accidents happen, we lost control of the car. And looks like Raikkonen is going to come out behind us, and Sergio is going to have a nice gap.
Watch out for traffic as you rejoin the track.
That is for sure, between me and him.
You have no more scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres.
Back at 9th, we'll see how many cars we can take advantage of.
Running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap.
In fact, I'm going to go to Rich now for my outlap. Looks like Chilton is in 10th for Marussia car. Marussia, however it's pronounced. Marussia. I would think it's Marussia, because it says Russia in the name. I never paid much attention to them because they're a back running car. They don't even have curves. Massa sets the fastest lap of the race so far. See if Kevin James can battle back after losing control of the car. Setup just wasn't working with him. I knew the back end was free, but I just didn't expect it to happen there. And it did. Fortunately, that's one of the negative things about running ABS, is that if that spin happens and I had no ABS, I would have been able to quickly lock up the front tires and prevent that spin and regain control of the car. But when you spin like that, it's very hard to regain it. I tapped the brakes and went, reverse lock on the car, and it just did not. Nothing happened. Kept sliding. Only got one extra lap of fuel left now. We are going to pass some cars. But a lot of cars coming out now. We are going to lose part of our front wing again.
You've taken some
but it won't hurt
Edge
us.
to the front wing. You should be okay to stay out.
As long as we keep it clean from here, we can hold a nice solid 5th place finish. We're still a spot back from where we were, but I think we can manage. It won't set our team objective, but I want to just be as consistent as I can be. We took the win last week in Monza. I think we'll be fine with a good solid points run this week. Because Singapore is just not one of my best tracks, even though I enjoy it very much. I always enjoy street circuits because it provides the most challenge. You're taking a car with 800 horsepower that's roughly 700 kilos. You're driving it over 160, 170 miles an hour, even 180 miles an hour at some parts of the straights on this track. And it's very narrow. The walls come out at you very quickly. And, it takes a lot of balls, in my opinion. Same with Monaco. It's like when I first saw Monaco and I saw how fast the cars went around that track, I said these people have to be absolutely fearless. No fear. Looks like a car is off the track. And we've taken a position. I don't know who that was. Looks like Grosjean. No, it wasn't. Might have been Raikkonen. We're up to 4th now. So we are ahead of my rival, which is something I really wanted to do. I got to be careful with these medium compound tires. They just don't grip like the super softs. Nothing like them. Constantly tapping the brakes.
We think the car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap.
Oop, I hit the brakes there. I didn't mean to. Sometimes I feel like I get lost on this track and don't realize what corners I'm coming up to. It's one of the only tracks that can make me do that. Hitting the tire up against the wall. I don't want to keep doing that. That will give me a puncture. Staying in front of my teammate. In fact, my team boss is probably giving him orders not to overtake right now. As much as I dislike team orders. There is a guy on YouTube that does F1 commentary. I think he does a very well job. I'll give him a shout out. His name is Athlete VG. Athlete, like the athlete, except with a K at the end. Athlete VG, and it stands for Athlete Plus Geek. And he does a lot of F1 commentary stuff, and he does a really good job. But he mentioned the same thing in a video, and I couldn't agree more, and that's just that team orders suck. And technically, the FIA has since banned team orders. They cannot be given. There's very fine line discrepancies there. The teams still do them. They kind of get away with it. They skirt a gray area with the regulations, and it's kind of, eh. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, whatever you can do to make the team bring home the best result, you know, it's a team sport, whether you like it or not. And racing is not really known as a team sport. Looks like my teammate is trying to give me a run. And he does get in the back of me. He's going to lose his wing, or was that Raikkonen? I can't tell. But either way, we can't let either of them pass us. Can't let our rival pass us, and we can't let our teammate pass us. Hit my tire again. Don't want to keep doing that. Scared me a little bit. Fighting for grip because I feel my rear tire is starting to fade. With this setup, the rears always go before the fronts at this track. Clipped it again, just barely feel like we're losing a lot of speed on the sake of caution, for the sake of being cautious driving anyway. Yeah, I can't even hold it flat out. Our times are in the green. He's got to have DRS this time by. That is a sure thing. Bringing it all the way up against the wall. He's got no room to make any kind of advance on me. Raikkonen's got to fight hard to the end. Angry Finn. He's got to run on my inside. He is very much faster than me in his Lotus Renault car right now. Renault powered engine. But he's not going to be able to make it stick. Looks like the podium has run away on us, but that's to be expected.
We think the car behind is running on full revs. He's trying
They
to
can
close
really
the gap.
drive balls to the wall while I cannot right now. Let's check my tires. So the rears are not looking too bad. But we got 6 laps to go left. And I have a feeling they will start fading. So I might have to start driving more like this is qualifying and not a race. Nice lap. Weber in the 146s now. He's up all my curves here. Raikkonen's trying to look any way he can get around. He's not going to happen. He's going to look to my inside. No, he's going to peek back in because he knows he doesn't have the space to make that overtake work. Unlike me, where I would have took that shot, I would have ran right down the inside. Wouldn't have made contact, but I would have made an effort. Probably would have put myself in the wall. At this stage in the race, it's anything goes. When you're battling for points, and he is in the point standings right now. He has a chance at the title this year because the top 5 drivers are all very close in points. Losing the car a little bit, the rear end, that's going to allow him to get a run. Maybe not.
Alonso's the fastest man on the track at the moment.
Alonso is the fastest car on the track, and we know that because he's pitting for option tires. He had a reverse kind of strategy for this race. We're riding very comfortably in 4th if we can hold on to it. There's damage to our front wing. And we have a lot of pressure right now. Nice exit out that corner. We seem to be a lot faster going into the final corner. Double left-hander than him. I think I realized what's wrong, actually, why I feel like I'm on ice, but I'm not, because my force feedback's not working in my wheel for some reason. That's kind of scary. He is going to get on my inside. I backed off because I knew I had to give him room, but he got off the gas anyway. I went to turn in on him, then realized if I had committed to that, I would have put him in the wall, so I turned back out. Was going to give him the outside line, but he backed off, playing it smart. Yeah, if my force feedback was working right now, I have a better idea of when the car was about to break free on me. Gonna have to fix that for next race for sure. We can't afford any unneeded accidents. Our fuel is not optimal right now, so we won't have a chance to run rich at any more point during this race. But if we stay on standard, we'll be flying. Standard makes us burn any extra fuel. Doesn't use any extra, and it seems like Kimmy, or my teammate, has now switched to standard because he's in the same position as me. Two laps to go now. Well, 3 to go. Putting up a big block on my teammate. I guess he's ignoring the team orders. Good for him. If there was team orders in this game, there's not. I like to think they are. Yellow flag is out. I don't know what sector that was. Oh, it was in sector 2. It was behind us, actually. Looks like my teammate, something had just happened to my teammate. Wasn't even paying attention. Well, that's good for us. Not good for him. It's just me and Kimmy now. This is going to be a close one all the way to the end. By any error, he's going to take advantage of. He's going to punish me for it. Starting to feel my grip fade away. Which means I don't want to take too many of these curbs with a wide open throttle because it will turn the car around. And that'll break my heart right now. 2 laps to go this time by. Me and Kimmy are both on standard revs. Actually, he might have extra fuel. He's gonna have DRS now. He's gonna be looking all over for a place to get through. As we see the beautiful Singapore skyline. Kimmy looking to my inside. He's not gonna have it as they drove deep. But was able to pick up the throttle. Awesome Singapore skyline there with the skyscrapers. Almost drove that corner too deep. Decided just to get heavy on the brakes before I even entered the corner, before I even started to make a turn in. Because that would have been catastrophe if I had turned in under that heavy braking. The car would have been sideways every which way. I would have lost it for sure. Car slow on the track in front of us. I don't know who that is. Looks like a Toro Rosso. Kimmy gets by. What is going to happen going into this corner? He's going to have to give me room.
You're coming up to one of the Red Bulls.
Wow, what a fight between me and Kimmy. Due to my own mistakes. Looks like that's Weber. That's really slow. I don't know if he's running lean or what his issue is. He might have no front wing. If we can get up there and get past him, we're going to have a chance at a podium. I don't think he's got a front wing. But we're not going to have time to get to his DRS zone. Kimmy's going to have our DRS. Oh, he's very slow. And we lost another part of our front wing. I wanted to get up there and pass him, but and we're going to take this position from him. Our tires are going to touch, but I'm still going to leave him plenty of room. I don't know why he's going so slow. He has his front wing. We're up in the third. We're in the podium. Nico Hulkenberg takes the win in Singapore. Good for him. That's actually very happy to see that. That's really nice. It's a driver you wouldn't expect. He's taken the checkered, give himself a Grand Prix win this season. Very good stuff. We're going to come home to round out the podium. Unless we bobble this corner, which I don't think is going to happen because it's our best corner right now. And we're going to take third place in Singapore. Not setting our objective because they wanted us to win, but we beat our rival. We beat our teammate. Just barely held off Kimi. Unbelievable.
That's a great third place. Congratulations.
But it looks
15
like
points.
both the Ferraris had a very bad day. Massa barely got a point, but Fernando lost out, finished 18th. We are going to take the #1 spot in the championship by very little.
You're topping the Drivers' Championship.
2
Keep this
points.
up
We
and
are
we'll be
in the
crowning
lead
you
right
champion
now.
At the end of the season.
So far, we've only had to do one race on professional difficulty. Everything has been legend. I think it was only one race. Can't remember. But either way, it's a good podium finish for us after some minor incidents causing us to lose our front wing. And the spin we had, we came back, we battled. And we're going to round out the podium. I think that's great. Celebrate away, Kevin James. Celebrate. Celebrate! Good stuff. So finally I've done Singapore and gotten the video finished. I'm very happy about that. Nico Rosberg finishes ahead of teammate. Very nice. He beat out Lewis. And Hulkenberg pleased. He's still got his Force India uniform on, but that's to be expected with this mod. Yeah, funny, but you drive for Sauber now. Put on the other uniform. But awesome win for him. So we are ahead of our rival. Going into Korea, looks like we got some R&D work in front of us. And I hope it's a good one. And I like this track, actually. It's a pretty fast track, and it's also very twisty. And we'll see how it works afterwards. Tire wear is good. And that's all for this video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed the Singapore race. I know I did. Full of action, full of incidents, but we managed to eke out a podium in the end. And I couldn't really ask for more. We were in the lead at one point, but you know, our own mistake, it cost us, and we hung it out and stuck with it, and we got a good result regardless. So leave a like if you guys enjoyed it. It would mean a lot to me if you did, and subscribe if you don't want to miss out any of my content. That would mean even more. And I will catch you guys next time in Korea for the Grand Prix there. So have a good one, guys. It's been fun. Take it easy. Peace out, guys.